Hello and welcome to Quick Looks with the Casual Hour. My name is Bobby. Joining me, the gamer on the go, and we're gonna go straight to hell, Chase. How are you feeling about that?
Way ahead of you, Bobby.
You already there?
Oh yeah, I live here.
Well, I think we're going, I don't know if this is in hell, but this is Cult of the Lamb. I think this is a very cool game. What do you think about it?
I don't know. I haven't seen much of it. I know that it's a Devolver Digital joint, or the publisher at least. So that's I don't know if being a Devolver game has exactly the same cachet now that it did. I don't know, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. I still think they're a good publisher, but we did a quick look on Trek to Yomi somewhat recently, and I feel like it's not a surefire thing that a Devolver Digital game will be good anymore.
I think that they're a little... They could be hit or miss for sure, but I think they hit a lot more than they miss.
And you think this one hit, right?
This one is a very big hit for me.
Okay.
This is Cult of the Lamb. This is a run-based game meets a management sim. I will go ahead and just call this out there. This game is about starting a cult. And if you are some sort of like a cult survivor, or you have known somebody and you just don't want to have any sort of humor around it, which it might not need, just be aware that at the top of the show here.
There is a very Binding of Isaac feel to this. Of, hey, the game itself, the gameplay is awesome and great, but the aesthetics and the content of it is a little weird, or a little sensitive, or a little off-putting potentially.
Sure. So, as I mentioned, this is going to be a run-based game, and it's also going to be this whole kind of like Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing management thing, where you're bringing back followers of your cult, and you're managing their faith and their hunger, and you're trying to keep them from getting sick. You're also expanding out and building things like farms. You can have basically lumber yards. You can build graveyards. You can customize this however you want to. I'm still kind of figuring out how I want to design the layout. When you do go to craft something,
What was that? What were you sucking in there?
Oh, this is a shrine made out to me, the lamb. This is where they worship me, and
Sure.
I get their faith. There's a day and night cycle that you're seeing right now. I'll call this out. I'm gonna pause for a second so I can just get this out there. There is a lot of things that you can be doing on a treadmill level for this game. I'm gonna do my absolute best to stay kind of on target on this quick look, just because there's really two games that you can play here, the runs and then this, and they're both very different, but they work together nicely. With that being said, your character, you are going to be collecting resources. There are a few different types of currencies in the game. You've got a coin, a stone, bone, and lumber, and these are used for crafting and to purchase new things that you can build within your cult.
You got a lot of bones there, Bobby.
Well, you get bones very easily.
Where'd you get all those bones?
You get those from people. People that you either, from your cult. So, you see this person over here?
People are just giving you their bones?
Not willingly, but you can okay. Murder them. So let me show you this really quick. In here, this is the temple of the Lamb. Every day, so you can do things in here. Well, certain things you only do once a day, like performing a sermon, and that's going to give back to your faith of your followers. And then the crown is actually more about where you can get some permanent things on your character. So there are 4 bishops that you're setting out to kill on those runs, and we've killed 3 of the 4. And each time you do it, you get their heart, and you can unlock one of these static things with the crown. Up here, we can create new doctrines. and I've maxed out those, and that's the thing I was going to call out here. So if I go over to my doctrines, these are all the rules that I've set up for the cult. And there are different areas like afterlife, work and worship, possessions, and this is just like a belief system for the people that you're bringing back to it.
And it looks like you have to like choose one or the other on these trees.
You do.
Is that right? Okay.
And like one is more, dare I say, benevolent, and the other one would be a little bit more malicious. So like
you're
here,
little column A, little column B.
Yeah, I try to balance it out. So all cult members will gain the belief in the afterlife trait. So when somebody dies, they only lose 5 of their faith versus 20. I also created a ritual, and somebody asked me to perform this one because they said they really missed Chase because Chase died.
Everybody misses me, that's for sure.
So it's now day 62. Let's perform a sermon just to show you what I'm talking about here. This will call everybody in here. You do not want to wake them up while they're asleep because they'll get angry with you. So you get to perform your sermon, and when you do this, they're going to be feeding into, well, when you play this, they would be feeding into what you can go back into their crown, but since I maxed it out, I'm not really benefiting from that. These rituals are on cooldowns. You can see here that the rite of the ritual of resurrection, because I brought you back using the bone currency. I brought you back by popular demand, and people were really happy about it.
It costs 150 bones to bring somebody back to life? 150
bones.
Don't humans have 206?
Well, maybe.
So you didn't bring back all of me.
I didn't bring back all of you. The one thing I was going to call out on here, there's essentially like, we believe that the elderly, which there's those 2 right there that are a little bit slower, are now elders.
Mm-hmm.
They deserve to be sacrificed. They don't need to be old. Like, we can just take them and go. So I'm receiving these blessings, which go into my skill tree. And this is how you unlock new things to craft in the game. So I get this from connecting with the people on my cult, but I have them here worshiping, and I can assign people to do any task. So like if I go up here to work, I can say, hey, you should worship, go cut trees for me, you should be mining stone, you should be picking things up, etc. So like,
and you named this little piggy here?
Yeah, that's Johnny.
Sure.
I didn't realize, so there's 2 pig Johnnies running around.
Wow.
There's also 2 Chases right now, because I brought one of them back from the dead. You had such a lovely little burial spot over here, but now there's just a hole where you were. This is the graveyard I built.
Bitch.
So you can either basically eat people or bury them. Or when I say eat, you can feed them to folks. So I just did, every day you can go up and do like a little inspiration, and those meters are leveling up people in the cult. And here I'm going to be getting more of what I've been collecting from them as they level up. And that's going to go to that up there at the top to where we'll be able to unlock something probably when I talk to this person here. There we go. So I think I'll get enough there. Yep. So I've got a divine inspiration now. And what that means is when I go to my totem.
Wait, am I a porpoise?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
All right, that tracks.
You get to choose what you're going to upgrade next. And so I would like to do this healing bay. And everything costs the same. You just need to like get one of those. So now I've got that unlocked. We've got healing bay 2. So I can come over here to my crafting menu. And you've got a few different ways so you can approach this. You've got things for your followers, which is going to be, this is a standard bed. You can craft an upgraded shelter, which I've done. There's certain things that are just going to deteriorate over time, and a bed can collapse. So you just go up to it and it costs like a log and 1 coin, and you can rebuild it. That way your followers have a place to sleep. Same thing for food. Like this is now like a basic farming station. This is not going to go away. You can upgrade it, which I did, to the station 2. This is now allowing them to not only plant and water, they're actually harvesting, which is super important. And you can see I've got these buckets here, but I don't have any seeds for them. So if I dump in the seeds, and you just get seeds randomly from like harvesting. Now they're going to have something. They're going to come over here and start working again, because they need to. Also, everybody poops. You know this. No big deal.
That's what I heard.
You can collect the poop, and then I have a little fertilizer bin here, and they can just use that to make things work much better. Over here, we need to clean out their outhouse. So we got more poop. And that's kind of at a glance.
You had to build the outhouse, yes?
Yeah, yeah.
So before they were just pooping on the ground all over the place?
And sometimes there might be a little bit of poop around here. Like you can...
Somebody didn't quite make it.
Yeah. But cooking. So this is the other thing. There's like going to be consequences on almost everything in the game. So this here is a mighty meat fest. There's really nothing bad that's going to happen from this because it requires some really good things.
You can't go wrong with the mighty meat fest.
Yeah, so like that's going to mean that somebody's going to there's a 75% chance they're going to drop a valuable resource. And you can see in the bottom there, as I'm adding this into my queue, will this fill the hunger of the 15 people I have so far? One thing to call out, you get grass really easily. And it used to always like have a 25% chance of causing illness. One of the doctrines I put in place eliminates that. So I don't get any negative consequence from grass. I can just use this to feed everybody and not have to worry about it. So come down here, I hit cook. They give you a really easy to hit target depending on what you're cooking. And everybody starts to run up here and eat. So you can see what you've used. They're eating. I think it's time that I can show you a little bit more. Oh, a little pro tip. Always empty out the little totem here before you leave, because when we're out and about, things here still happen.
Okay.
So I can go directly into here, which is where you're going to start your runs, or they've actually got this really cool overworld where each one of these things has a different resource or currency that you can come into. So if I went over here to the Spore Grotto, you're going to see, and this is somebody that you met on a run, and they're like, oh, hey, yeah, I'm just gonna, like, this is where I hang out. Come and say what's up to me when you're done. They had a few quests, so like when you come through here, you can talk to this guy, which he's pretty awesome. And I gave him the mushrooms he was looking for. And he says, whoa. Those are pretty great. He's gonna... Oh. I'm learning how to do something new here. He's eating mushrooms. We know what they're into. So he just sent mushrooms to everybody.
Yeah. Touch fuzzy, get busy.
Oh, nice. I got a new ritual. So perform a ritual at your temple that brainwashes all your followers. Faith will be locked at full for 2 days. Holy cow. This is super awesome. Because now I can go do a longer run and not worry about faith being lost. Awesome. That's really helpful. So I was gathering these mushrooms on my runs, and I brought them to him here, and he gave me a doctrine. That's great. And I got a piece. Think of this as like a heart container.
Sure.
In Zelda. If I get 2 more, the cloak that I'm wearing, or the fleece as they call it, that will... this is going to turn my hearts to that green color up there and give me a little bit more when I'm on a run. There's also 2 types of vendors at all these places. You can buy tarot cards that will be used on a run, or you can buy blueprints for your decorations back at your base. I'm going to come out of here and we're going to do a quick run.
Okay. Now, Bobby, I've seen you have a lot of stuff unlocked. In fact, you said you even had a couple things maxed out. How much time have you put into this game so far?
About 13 hours.
13 hours. And this hasn't been out very long. We're recording this on August 20th. It came out August 11th, right?
Yeah. I really like this game.
Yeah, I can tell.
There are 4 branches that will unlock this door, which leads to the one who waits, who is basically they've redeemed you. You were sacrificed. They gave you life back, but you had to start a cult in their name. They said, hey, take out the 4 bishops who did this to you. I'm going to show you, just for anybody who's watching, Darkwood. This is the starting one that you can come into. They make it worth your while to go back and do things. Enemies get a little bit tougher, and it can become an endless run that gets you more reward the longer you go. And you can see up there, I've got my hearts have now duplicated in size because of the crown unlock that I have. The only thing is I can't pick up red hearts while here. But at the start of each run, they're going to give you 2 randomly generated weapons. We're going to get some gauntlets, which they're fine. It's not my favorite. And a projection. I do like this one. Upper left-hand corner, you're going to see the rating of what you have. Also, I have 4 abilities for my spell casting, and I can hold this down and aim it, and that'll shoot out a bunch of random projectiles. Those red things that are on the ground will refill that. So as you kill enemies or hit enemies, that refills your spell casting. So you've got 2 attacks. You've got your basic attack and your spell casting, and you have a really nice dodge. This game is super tight feeling. It's got a great game feel to it. When you dodge, you get some nice iframes also. We have the opportunity to grab some tarot cards while on this run that will give us some nice abilities as well. But this is where you're going to start to see those different enemy types, and grabbing like the bones that we talked about, the grass that I was using. If you go through and just destroy everything on these, you're going to get stone. An early game, it's going to be helpful to try and get those resources because they get pretty sparse, especially when it comes to feeding your crew. I don't think the game is overly challenging, but I think it's got a nice level, especially like the different biomes you go into or the different bishops that you're hunting. Each one of these takes about 4 runs to get the final completion on it. That's when you will get your boss fight.
Okay. About how long would you say a run?
A run?
Yeah, is averaging.
I mean, I'm doing this stuff like being kind of neurotic about it. Mm-hmm. I would say maybe like anywhere from 8 to 12 minutes.
And would you say this is kind of Hades-like in that, hey, maybe your early runs when you're first starting the game, those are going to be pretty short, but once you've got all these unlocks and different things going on, you're going to get deeper in runs every single time you go?
It depends, because you still have to, like, you got the whole thing of, like, I should stop my run because I have to go back and take care of my colt.
Sure. Okay.
They give you 2 choices each time you find one of these tarot card places. I always go with the increased attack. Like, almost always, I will grab that over the hearts. I got that. Give me all those hearts up there. Mm-hmm. I also try to hit every spot. Up there in the map, you can see where you're at. Sometimes you'll get a tarot card that will allow you to see the entire map, so you can save some time and just run right where you need to go. But I also have the ability now, if you look in the bottom right-hand corner of my screen, there's an LT trigger, and it looks like I'm going through a portal. Mm-hmm. I have unlocked the ability to just leave a run at any point I want to. If you die during a run, you will retain 75% of what you get. You've got branching paths to choose from. I'm going to go grab a new follower because I don't need stone or wood. And here, anytime you come across one of these, you got to kill these weirdos that are holding them hostage. And early in the game, you only have to do like 2 runs, but some of the other places I've been to, there's like 5 or 6 waves to clear out before you get a different person. That. And all right, we'll get that person. And for the sake of this quick look, I'm going to just go ahead and head back from this run. And at the end of each one of these, it'll show you what you were able to walk away from, what you got, how far you got on it.
So you still lost some items even though you ran?
Correct. Yep.
Is that because are there certain places where you wouldn't lose any items when you left?
Yeah, they'll give you an option. It's like, hey, you can either go forward or run away here.
Okay.
So, oh, hey, look at that. One of our elderly folks died. Who died?
Hope it wasn't me.
And after each run, actually, this was one of the other versions of you that
God damn it.
because it's daytime and because it's you, I'm gonna prepare you for burial, and I'm gonna put you in the old chase hole. And so the new chase is going in the old chase hole. There you are, bud. It's been a lot of fun, and I wanted to show you this here. So get away. I'm not talking to you. Whenever you get a follower, they're gonna wait for you here. They have a predetermined name. You can change that. You can randomize them, but this is really cool. So you're unlocking forms while you do these runs. So there's all kinds of fun ways that you can customize like what your followers will be. So Silk Cradle, Anchor Deep, Anura, and Darkwood, those are all the locations that you're running through. So you can see I've got everybody from those first two. I'm still missing one from Anchor Deep and one from Silk Cradle. I paid the extra $5 and got the Cultist Edition, which got you all of these from a DLC perspective. I really do like this little Cthulhu looking guy. So we'll go with that one.
Okay. Are there any benefits to having a specific form, or is that just fun aesthetics?
No, it's just fun aesthetics.
Okay.
And then there's a variant. So everybody has 3 variants. Let's do an upside down cross on that. There we go. This is actually a pretty good one. So that a lot of times I'll see negative traits as well. So strong constitution, they're going to heal 15 times faster when they get sick. And they also will gain faith when they're sick. So if they get sick, like this will help me if like I was gonna get a quest where somebody's like, hey, you should feed somebody poop, I would probably feed it to this person here. And
do you feed people poop a lot?
Only when I'm asked to. Only when I'm asked to. And then you have to assign them work. Go chop some wood. I do need to craft a new... One more thing here.
So even though you have upgraded a lot of stuff, there is still a decent amount of upkeep that this game requires in terms of followers dying and things like the beds you mentioned that will collapse and you need to build new ones or fix things. Like so you're always doing something.
Well, it depends. Like my farms are pretty much good to go outside of me just putting some seed down, and I think, let me double check here. So yeah, this will never collapse, but that costs 2 gold bars, it costs shit, and it costs those wooden planks. So I have to come over here, and this is where you would make those. So like I need 3 logs to make 1 plank. And wood was a really hard thing to come by in an early game. I got plenty of it now, so I could come over here, and I need gold bars. This is actually using my own money, so it's, again, not a great ratio, but like that's 50 coins to get me 5 bars. Mm-hmm. So like those will cook and do their thing, but then I can build out, which I'll just go ahead and do one here. This grand shelter. So I can take one of these here. Now that needs to be upgraded. They're going to go build it. That's never going to collapse.
Okay.
So it's really just like, what do you want to spend? Like, I don't mind coming in here and like taking the 2 seconds to do that. This over here, these all will collapse no matter what I do. It's like that's a level 2 lumber yard. But it's producing so much more wood, so I don't mind spending a little bit more on it. Where like I'll come down here right now and grab this stone mine, and I'll just put this over here. Oops, there we go. They're gonna start building that, and if I was like really in desperate for like output, this fuel here, so you see how there's that blue grid going around all of that? Mm-hmm. I can put a bar in there, and now that's gonna give me a 20% increase in work output for everybody that's in that vicinity. Pay to win, baby. So they're all getting pumped up. They're gonna work faster. Uh-oh. Hey, they don't care.
that seems bad.
So I'll let him just kind of hang out. We'll bury him too. Actually, you know what? I'll compost him. So I bought this thing, which basically turns people to shit. People do that on their own before they die. I mean, they don't really need my help. The other thing I can do, I'll just send out this person here. So I've got like a missionary, which, anyway.
Sure.
I want them to go get me some coins. They have a 78% chance of passing this without dying. So now they're going to go out and about.
There's an Assassin's Creed Brotherhood thing going on here too. Sure.
I'll talk to this person. And the other thing, there's gift giving. So there's certain things like I gave your character when I first started, because you had a high trait of producing faith. I gave you this moon necklace, and that way you did not have to sleep. So like you were just generating faith all night long for me early in the game, which is super helpful. This here will mean like I could have this for like somebody to live twice as long if I want to. But I can do this whole inspire bit. If they're on the edge, takes them all the way over. And now I got their points. And once a day, I can also just grab a couple coins from everybody. If I really wanted to go through and like make some money, I could do stuff like that.
There seems to be a lot of systems and things going on here. Do they ease you into this, or do they just kind of throw everything?
Yeah. They do a really nice job of it.
Okay.
And like you can play a lot of this without building certain things at all. Like I didn't even show you this over here. Like if I wanted to on these runs, I can summon a demon. This is actually really cool. So every one of these people, they believe, have a demon inside of them, and you can see what the demon will do. This person here is going to have a fire. Like this is going to increase my count also on like how many spells I can cast. Johnny's going to give me more health. This is going to be an attacker, shoots a projectile. My cooldown is actually, I mean, there's just nice things. Like I could sacrifice somebody here and turn them into a demon. And the older they are, the better the impact's gonna be.
Okay.
It's like and I can upgrade that to a level 2 and then have 2 demons with me on each run. So if I had like a really tough thing, if I was gonna try and go like much further, I could sacrifice 2 people because I'm gonna bring 2 people back and have that ability. I also have it to where if I die on a run, I can sacrifice somebody from the cult, take their life, and finish the run.
Okay. Do those demons? How long do they last?
A run.
Just a single run. Okay.
Yeah. Just a single run. There is a fishing mechanic in here, and there is I think I got time to show you. I'm not going to go fishing because it's just fishing. It's like any fishing game you've seen. But up here is the original cult leader that you've taken over for. And every spot that you go to, also, you can grab more of these blessings. It's not a lot, but, if you really were trying to, like, game the system, you could hit up every spot every day and grab those. Mm-hmm. There's a new guy here that I met, Shrumpy here. This is who you originally, this is who you took over for. They have their crown that's been crossed out. But this is Knucklebones, and it's a very fast game. We'll play against Ratu because he's like the easiest one. We'll bet 10 coins. It is a very simple game chase. We are here to match dice and destroy the opponent's dice by matching to their dice.
All right.
We get to roll first. So the first person to have 9 dice, and I can just start this off by putting that there. So if he had a 5, he'd want to put that 5 above mine. But if I get a 5, or in this case a 4, I get the point and I can eliminate theirs. And if I double up my 4 now, it will multiply against itself. So that helps out quite a bit. I'll put my 6 over here. And he got rid of my 5. Fair enough. I can get rid of his 2. Ah, that hurt.
What do the point values mean?
What do you mean?
Like you have 14 in your right column. Does that 14 do anything for you?
Well, yeah, it goes towards my overall score.
Okay, so you're trying to get a final
a
score
higher
at the end.
score,
I see.
but also fill up my 9. Whoever has the highest score, and at the end of 9 dice being filled up on either side, wins. And wow, this is like the most aggressive he's played at this level. This is pretty cool.
I was gonna say, it seems like this is taking taking longer than I expected it would.
Yeah, I mean, it usually goes really quick. Especially like that's why I picked him. So he's maxed out that area. I could drop a 2 there, but I've got 24 over it already, which is helpful. And he should have put that 5 over his 5, but they do dumb shit. I'll put that here.
When
It should go.
when it's
pretty
blue,
quick.
does it matter, or is the blue just saying it's a triple multiplier?
It's the triple multiplier is all it's
Okay,
saying.
got it.
All right, so I'll do this here and just screw him up even more. And then he'll go once. At least get a double there. God damn it. There, and I got the same thing, triple multiplier. And the game will be over here. And look at that, 2 triple multipliers. That's a pretty big win. So each one of the people that have come back to his spot here are like higher difficulties, but that's a little fun game that you can play if you wanted to go and kill some time. But this is Cult of the Lamb, man. I really like it. It scratches the Animal Crossing itch, the Stardew Valley itch. It's Hades light in that sense for me as well.
The addition of crafting to a roguelite does seem like it's absolutely up your alley.
Oh yeah, it's very, very cool, and I like the tone that they're going for here. I really like the art style. The mechanics work well. There is a lot of spinning plates, but I like that. Like that's what I kind of look for in games like this. So I'm having a really good time with it, man. It's a very, very neat game, I think, and they've got a roadmap on the main menu, and it sounds like they're going to be adding quite a bit to this. It's $20. I don't know if we said that earlier or not. $20.
I don't think we did. Yeah. And what platforms is it on?
It's on PlayStation. It is on PC. It is on Switch. I think it's on the Xbox. I'm not quite sure. Okay.
Switch, PS4, Xbox One, PS5.
It's a little bit of everything. I have heard that
it's on GOG.
It runs.
If you prefer to play your games on GOG, you can play it on GOG.
Oh, nice. Nextlander Crew was saying that there had been some reports that the Switch version had some frame issues, but for the most part, I think all the platforms have had pretty decent abilities here. So
okay. And their website says there is a physical edition pre-order going on right now, so it looks like it'll be getting physical copies as well.
Awesome. Chase, I have played this game on one of our streams on Fridays, which is Casual Fridays. We also do Casual Mondays. Basically Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10:30 p.m. Central on Twitch. You can find us either talking about games or playing games live. And if you'd rather hear us just talk about them and not watch it, well, we have a podcast for you called The Casual Hour every Friday morning wherever you listen to podcasts. Quick looks like the one you're watching here happen every Tuesday and Thursday, and you can find those on youtube.com/casualhour. So like, subscribe, hang out, comment, do whatever you need to do to make sure that you do not miss out on hanging out with all of us in the Casual Hour. Chase, this has been a ton of fun. I'm sorry that you had to witness yourself die, but it was for the greater good, man.
Wasn't the first time.
Thanks for hanging out, man. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you.